As I said earlier, we're at my favorite part of the show. We're in the kitchen. Got my apron on. We're going to be making some homemade yogurt.
Yes,
Something refreshing for the summer with some fruit and everything else.
Yes.
Is it really refreshing?
It is very refreshing.
Well, Sarika Serta House, I've heard you're the one that's going to do this.
Thanks.
You've been doing this for a while, I hear.
I have been about 7 years making
Wow.
it at home for my family and me.
My wife can't wait.
Oh, fantastic. Take this home to her.
Good.
You know, Kelly, the thing is when it comes to making yogurt, this is what our ancestors did. They did not have the mini mart to go to. And the thing is this was their food preservation technique. This allows dairy that has been milked to last a much longer period of time without refrigeration. Yeah, so it's old food, and here we are reviving it. So
Smart.
It is, and so when it comes to making yogurt on your own, it's so simple. All you need are some active cultures, and you need some milk. That's it.
That's it?
That's all you need. It's very straightforward. And there are different ways that you can get those active cultures. This is probably the simplest, most straightforward way. What you want to do in this instance is you just go get yourself a small container of live active culture yogurt. Of course, I like the USDA organic.
Oh yeah, we like that, don't we?
This is a Greek style, and that's very popular these days. And what you would do in this instance, if you chose to go this way, is you would just go ahead, open up the container, you would pour it into the jar, and then you would add the milk.
So this would only do one jar.
It would do one jar, but the thing about making yogurt at home is it's self-propagating.
Okay.
Yep, and so here it is. You add your milk, you stir it up, and we'll get into technique a little bit, but this is something that should actually allow you to make successive containers of yogurt, which is fantastic, yes. The other option, which is really the way that we do it at home, is I use freeze-dried yogurt culture starter. And this is one that, YoGourmet, this is one that I order from Amazon.
Okay.
There's also, though, so many other cultures that a person can order. A great resource for that is a site called Cultures for Health.
Okay.
And I get a lot of fantastic stuff for making cheeses and that kind of thing from their site. Now, if you go this route, what you need to be aware of is that there are thermophilic and mesophilic cultures. Yes.
Okay, you gotta explain that one.
Okie dokie. And so when it comes to thermophilic, what that is, if we break that down, it's thermo meaning heat, philic meaning loving. And so that's a culture that requires heat. Yes, it requires heat to culture. When we're getting into a mesophilic culture, what we're talking about is something that can work at a room temperature, ambient temperature, something maybe in the 75-degree range.
Just for some people, that'd be easier.
And for some folks, it is easier. Living in Phoenix in the summertime, that's kind of a hard thing to do. For a mesophilic, however, it's a great place for making a thermophilic. That's right, exactly. And so it's super straightforward. So what I'm going to be working with today is mostly a thermophilic approach to things. And in that instance, what you can do is, again, you could go to a company like Cultures for Health and you can buy a yogurt maker. And all that is just an electric device that you take your milk and your culture and you place it inside the yogurt maker, and it sets everything at the proper temperature.
Gotcha.
Yes.
But
and
why do
they
that?
like that. But
our ancestors didn't do that. They didn't have electricity like that.
no, they didn't, but they had plenty of warm sunshine.
Sure they did.
They had plenty of warm sunshine, and they had access to other heat sources. And so that is exactly the way I like to do things. As a matter of fact, last night what I did is I made up a couple cultures and I put them into my microwave, which has an incandescent light underneath it. And I didn't turn on the microwave. I never use it for any purpose other than a little bit of a heat source. And sure enough, this morning I came out, we had gorgeous yogurt to consume for breakfast time. It was fantastic.
So an incubator is another way to have an incubator?
Yep, there's another way you can do this. You can also use, a dehydrator where you take the trays out and just set it on like 105-degree setting. You can also put it into an oven with a pilot light, about 105 degrees. You know, anything you're doing, you'll want to go ahead and use a thermometer. And just to get a gauge of where the temperature is. And you'll know if the yogurt is setting up or not because it will start to take on that wonderful tart smell and it will start to congeal. And the other way to do this is really straightforward. You can bring an insulated bag or you can use a little ice chest. And then you would just take containers of hot water that you would just put in here and then you would put that around your yogurt and again just let it sit in here.
That is easy.
It is easy. Usually you need about 6 to 8 hours and you just kind of keep coming back and checking your temperature, you know, using your little thermometer. Yep, it's pretty straightforward. So today what we're going to be doing is using the yogurt packet like this. And so this is just such a straightforward way to do things. And I think people are going to be just so happy to know that, gosh, this is that simple. So what I do is I always
I
start.
like easy.
This is easy.
I'm kidding. I have my own garden and stuff. It's not really that big a deal.
It's a big deal. I think it is. So what we do is we
Okay.
just start with some. This is actually raw milk.
Raw milk.
This
Hard to
is
get,
raw milk.
but I think it's important
I think it's very important.
because it has better enzyme. What's it?
It has all the inherent enzymes that are
stuff.
necessary to help you digest.
Good.
You know, the problems that people have with digesting milk, the casein and the lactose and whatnot, but it's also got its own beneficial bacteria profile. So if a person is using a raw milk, they need to know that at some point, they're probably, after probably anywhere from 7 to 10 uses of their culture, they're going to have to probably just start over again,
Okay.
fresh with some new cultures, because the healthy bacteria in here are going to eventually override
Okay.
what was in here. So this is very straightforward. I like to fill, this is a quart-sized jar, and I like to just go ahead and fill that halfway, and then I just open up the packet and pour it in.
Get that in there.
Get that in there, just pour that in, there you go. And then just take a spoon, just mix it up like
All right.
this, it's real straightforward. And then just add a little bit more milk. Top it off to about right there. And then because these are living critters
Yep.
in here, what we need to do is make sure that they have an oxygen source, but that other
keep the other
critters
stuff
don't
out.
get in there.
Gotcha.
Dust and bugs and that sort of
I like
thing.
that.
You know, fruit flies get really attracted to cultured foods. They love the
Wow.
smell of
Or
them.
just flies in general, really.
All of it. It's just
Here, I'll
gross.
help you.
Thank you, sir. And so the simplest way to do this, you use a paper towel and a rubber
rubber
band,
band.
and it lets it breathe.
Nice.
Takes care of it. Yep. So that's
That's
that.
it?
That's it. That's it.
Okay.
And then what you're going to do is you're going to put this into your incubation source for about 6 to 8 hours.
Okay.
That's it. Mm-hmm.
It's basically an oven with a light on, maybe something like
Yep,
that.
that's right, or your insulated bag or a yogurt maker. And again, you'll know it's ready because it will thicken the way that we like yogurt to thicken, but it will also have that wonderful tart smell.
That's it.
That's it. It's so straightforward. The other thing too, though, is, Kelly, I actually have some of my own homemade yogurt right here that I brought along for you to try.
You always make me try stuff.
We'll see what you think of it. This
All
is
right,
the thing.
I'll let you know.
Thank you. And you can see here from the texture of this that this is thinner. Most homemade yogurt is going to be thinner.
Okay.
There are a couple ways that you can get around that. One of the simplest is heating your milk to about 180 degrees.
Okay.
Again, you would want to use the thermometer for that.
Oh, yeah.
But as you do that, that changes the composition, the fat
Make it a
and
little
the.
thicker.
It does.
Okay.
Yep, it changes the whole composition.
But doesn't that kill
Let
the
it-
culture?
It does. Well, no, you don't add it. You don't add the culture.
You're just talking about the milk.
The milk alone.
Okay.
Yep, before you've done anything else, you're just
Let
going
it
to go ahead
cool?
and let it cool to about 110.
Alright.
And then you can add your culture. And so that's if you want it thicker. But at our house, what we do is we just add some fruit to it. And
Well, I'll be honest. I'll tell you if it's good or
let
not.
me know what you think of this. I tell you, my kids eat this stuff every day. For them, it's a treat. Here you go. Let me know what you
Alright.
think. There's a little refreshing for summer.
Lovely. Do you have a website?
I do, naturallylivingtoday.com.
I'm pausing.
Oh.
All right, all
I
right.
want
here
you
we go.
to enjoy.
That's good.
Is it?
That is very good. It's
Good.
not, you kept saying it might be tart, and you know what? This is not tart.
Is it not? That's wonderful.
This is a good diet. Good stuff. That's all for me. 'Cause I'm just going to eat it all. Thank you very much.
You
Sarika.
are so
This is wonderful. My
welcome.
wife will be so happy now.
Oh,
Yes,
fantastic.
we'll make our own. We've already got the jars and everything.
Fantastic. It's
Thank you,
simple. You're welcome.
This is
Enjoy.
good.
Bon appetit.
Oh, bon
Yeah.
appetit, yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Lovely. Hard.